Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Twin Flicks. As I've previously said in other videos and the unboxing video I just did, Millcreek Entertainment has released another phase of their VHS slipcover bundles that they do every couple months. And today we're going to talk about one of them, and one that I was truly surprised by. I was actually blown away by this. I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of you guys out there may have heard of the movie, but you don't know anything about it, or you've never heard of the movie at all. Like myself, I never even heard of this movie until I received it. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of the movie, give you guys a little review, and then go into the Blu-ray quality and see what Millcreek did with it and if they spruced it up any. And that movie and Blu-ray is The New Kids. Next up on Twin Flicks. First of all, guys, I'm in love with these VHS slipcovers. They look awesome. All right, guys, so here is the review for the movie of The New Kids. Guys, I was surprised to learn that my friend and also renowned indie horror director Sean S. Cunningham directed this film. The thing that really surprised me is that it's not the usual Sean S. Cunningham horror slasher movie. Instead, it's more of a teenager revenge thriller with some great inventive kills, along with some well done directing and some okay acting. The plot is honestly seen it, done it before. It's a very simple plot, but the pacing, the directing keeps you watching and engaged for the 1 hour and 28 minute running time, which didn't hurt either. Now, one thing about this movie is that it is a lower budget indie, but it also did have a budget of $6 million. To put that in perspective, Friday the 13th, which was Cunningham's breakout film, only had a $550,000 budget, and it looked way better than this does. And being that these movies are only about 4 or 5 years apart at $6 million, this could have looked much, much better than it is. So I'm not exactly sure where that money went. But even though this movie does have some flaws and some noticeable flaws, especially with the production budget, I really did enjoy the movie, and it's definitely a movie that I'll be rewatching again for years to come. This movie was made in 1985, or released in 1985, so you have that 85 teenager thriller vibe to it. And like I said, it's definitely worth checking out and repeat viewing as well. Alright guys, well let's get into the Blu-ray review. But first, here are some Blu-ray specs. The New Kids drops from Millcreek Entertainment with a new HD 1080p transfer and a new DTS 2.0 stereo audio track. It also maintains the original theatrical aspect ratio of 1.85 to 1. Alright guys, now let's dig into the Blu-ray review and see how the quality on this stacks up, especially since it is from Millcreek. As far as I know, this is the first time The New Kids has been released on Blu-ray, at least in the US, and it has a very impressively strong HD transfer. Most likely though, it's based off an older source, so there are some flaws here and there of the transfer, but overall, colors are nice and bright. Reds are deep and bright, along with the fairground lights and the neon signs and neon lights. The red blood also has a deep crimson color to it, but at times, honestly, it does look too fake movie blood. I did notice some heavier grain at night scenes, but honestly, that's to be expected with a movie that's over 30 years old. Facial close-ups look great and clean, some nice organic skin tones. The black levels are also very solid. And guys, really, for a low-budget indie thriller from the mid-80s, this is a impressive-looking Blu-ray that holds up very well from Millcreek Entertainment. Alright guys, now let's dig into the audio transfer. How's that? Well, as I said, it does come with a DTS 2.0 stereo mix that honestly is not impressive, or not nearly as impressive as the video. It sounds good, and at times it actually sounds really good, but at other times it also sounds very bad. With some very low and boxy sound, especially with the dialogue. It's not very loud or clear at all. I had to turn my home theater receiver volume up to 40, 45, which guys is overkill to hear dialogue clearly. And then on top of that, when music or sound effects came in, I had to play the volume up and down game because the music and sound effects would suddenly overpower the dialogue. I had to grab the remote really quick and turn it down because it overpowered. But even so, the music score and sound effects do sound very good and nice, and has a nice balance to it with some good panning between the two front speakers as well, even with some off-screen dialogue. I'm sure, as you can tell by my reaction to the audio transfer, this certainly isn't one of the better audio mixes from Millcreek, but I will tell you this, it is a huge improvement from the DVD, and the sound effects and music is solid, and it's definitely a step up. I just wish the dialogue was mixed better. Alright guys, let's get into Blu-ray extras, and with most of Millcreek releases, there are none. It just comes with a bare bones Blu-ray disc, but it does have this nice, snazzy 80s VHS retro slipcover, and there's a closer look at the slipcover, the artwork, and the Blu-ray disc itself. Alright guys, now let's get into those Blu-ray scores. For the video, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. The audio, a 3.5 out of 5. As for the extras, well, since there are none, a 0 out of 5. Overall Blu-ray score, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. As for the film itself, as I said, I was actually surprised by this movie. I wasn't expecting much of anything at all. I didn't know what I was getting into, and I was really pleasantly surprised by it. But of course, the movie does have a lot of flaws, production value, the script, the acting, things like that. And even though I really enjoyed the movie and it is great repeat viewing, I'm definitely going to watch it again. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. And I will say this, guys, that with all the reboots or remakes coming out that Hollywood's producing, this would make an excellent choice for a remake. Alright guys, well that's our Blu-ray review for Millcreek Entertainment's release of The New Kids. As I said, yeah, it's definitely worth picking up and adding to your collection, especially for the price. Amazon has it for like $9.99, I believe, right now, and I've seen it other places for $10-12. So it just depends where you pick it up, but it is relatively cheap, so you have no excuse but to add it to your collection, especially if you are a fan of 80s horror thriller type movies, and this is the one for you. Alright guys, well, I want to thank Millcreek Entertainment for sending this to us, letting us review it to you guys, and as I said, it is worth picking up. But most of all, guys, I want to thank you guys out there for watching this video, for supporting our channel here. Over the past month, we've grown a lot, and it's all because of you guys, so thank you so much. And also, leave your comments below. Let me know, guys, if you've seen The New Kids, what you thought of it, and if you plan on picking up this Blu-ray. As always, guys, once again, thanks to Millcreek Entertainment. Thanks to all of you guys out there. Stay tuned for some more Blu-ray reviews, and I'll see you in the future.
Welcome back. Party's inside.